something that nobody ever has to experience. I never thought she would go this far.
We've all heard about bad housemates before, but wait until you hear this one. This typical Melbourne suburban street is the scene of one ugly housemate war. What started as friends living together is now the daily hell of Maddie Wilson. Ryan Moloney reports. You must be strong to go through something like this.
You just have to be strong. It's all I have.
The daily struggle to live her own life hassle-free is hampered by the excessive chores poured onto her by her compulsively tidy housemate. At times, Maddie feels like she needs to escape her reality and get away from it all. We talked to Maddie's housemate Cynthia and her boyfriend Kyle about the issues they have with their fellow housemate.
Sometimes we get home and it's like India. I'm not even joking.
There's crumbs everywhere. I can't even walk in my own kitchen sometimes. The crumbs like literally up to my knees. This is what my boyfriend has to deal with. He is the absolute love of my life. But lately I just don't really feel attracted to him because there's a lot of germs in the house and I just feel really dirty. I even wrote out a 3-page guide on how to clean the toilet, and sometimes there's still dust on the lid. And most days I spy on her, just to see if she's following instructions, but she's clearly not.
We found this after our morning cleanup and, infinity amount of crumbs, okay? And we just swept it up there so she knows what she's done. We're not going to clean it up. We're not going to put it in the bin. We're leaving it there so she can see what she's done and learn from it.
For Maddie, it seems like the daily hell has no end in sight. If you would like to help Maddie out, visit the site displayed on screen now or contact us via mail or phone. We'll keep you updated in the coming weeks.
Hi, welcome to Student Talk. In recent times there's been a lot of changes at Swinburne University, particularly with the multimedia department. Tonight we're going to talk to Mr. Pete Czeski, who's the academic leader of the multimedia discipline at Swinburne's Hawthorn campus. Mr. Czeski, welcome to Student Talk.
Thank you.
Now we understand that there's been some changes to the multimedia degree. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Yeah, there have been changes to the higher education area at Swinburne. Multimedia used to be part of the School of Biophysical Sciences and Electrical Engineering. It will now, most of the multimedia courses will be part of the new Faculty of Life and Social Sciences, with the technical multimedia courses now belonging to the Faculty of Information and Computing Technology. In terms of the course itself, we've introduced some new flexibility to the program, so there's a little bit more choice in terms of what electives students will have. And we've got a new multimedia variation called Multimedia Games and Interactivity, which will be commencing from 2005. It'll be available as a double major degree taken with Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Software Engineering. And it's obviously going to have a focus on computer games and game design, and we expect it to be a fairly popular course option from next year.
Okay, so all of these changes, how do you make sure that the new subjects and the existing subjects are in sync with industry standards?
On a day-to-day basis, most of these subjects have teaching involvement from industry professionals who work as sessional staff. And that means the content that is taught is informed by their direct experience. After all, these guys make the most of their living working in the industry, and consequently, they're only going to be teaching things that are directly relevant to our graduates who also want to work in the industry. And from a bigger picture point of view, we also have sort of advisory committees and other bodies that do give us an idea from time to time as to what we should be putting in these subjects.
So Peter, you must have a lot of contacts in the multimedia industry. What sort of companies do you deal with?
We have a course advisory committee, and the membership of that committee at the moment, we have people from the ABC New Media Department, a company called Acumentum, which is a fairly big multimedia company in Melbourne, a company called Act 3 Animation, which is into game design and animation, a company called E-Learning People, which has a focus on multimedia content for education, Hewlett-Packard. So those sorts of industry bodies, representatives of those industry bodies give us sort of big picture guidance as to, you know, the direction we should be taking the course, the sort of things we should be adding and maybe leaving out of the program. As well as that, we listen to bodies like the Games Development Association and the Australasian Interactive Media Association for guidance also.
So finally, can you tell us what students can expect to have learnt when they've finished the multimedia degree at Swinburne?
We like to think that we produce a generalist as a graduate of multimedia here that should have skills ranging across the areas of web production, development, web programming if they're a little bit technically inclined, digital video and audio production for multimedia, 2D and 3D animation, understanding of how to author and create CD-ROM content, etc., etc. So students could work as generalists across those sorts of areas, and they may end up specialising in an area that they happen to be good at. They could also act as multimedia project managers. They may be someone who works as an instructional designer or an information architect who has more of a focus on interactive content development.
That's fascinating. Thanks for that insight, Pete, but that's about all we got time for tonight.
My pleasure, thank you.
Viewers, join us next week on Student Talk when we look into the scandal behind the broken escalators in the engineering building. Until then, keep working hard.
$50 seconds and counting. We're going to clear the air and proceed. Minus 31 seconds.
This is going big again. Don't worry about running for this.
T-minus 23 seconds and counting. We will not stop the